Greetings all. Well, it's a cool and drippy morning here. Clear last night. We were passing by that wolf moon, and we had 58 degrees. Ooh, cool. Well, yesterday evening after dinner, I kind of found myself a spot. Sat down, turned on YouTube. Here's this guy. They're interviewing him, and it's on one of the national network TV show things that was being reproduced on YouTube. And that's another whistleblower. Yeah. Yeah, they kind of been one after another heading into Congress on this UAP investigation BS. And, well, I said, all right, I'm curious. Let's see. That guy, apparently a helicopter pilot who had the job with, secret military operations of hauling away both top secret aircraft and perhaps non-human entity-type aircraft, claiming that, he had one of these eggs, ovoid things, and dangling a 150-foot tow rope underneath this helicopter. Moved it for the government. On and on. Some of you have probably seen it. I don't know. I've been, frankly, very disinterested in the news since the elections. I really stay off of it. But so no harm here. I thought, let's see what this guy's got to say. So I'm watching him closely. Okay. I'm not working for the FBI, but that guy's lying. That's my personal opinion. Okay. He's not lying about everything. That's what's weird. But, I grew up in tough neighborhoods on the south side of Chicago. For survival, we learned to have a very sensitive BS detector. I don't scam easy. It's very hard. I have been. I've been scammed by beautiful women. I've been scammed by the church, and I've been scammed by the U.S. government. And in most cases, I'd subjected myself to that for a reason, and I never learned. But B.B. King said, "My mama says she loved me, but she could be jiving too." Yeah, fall for it every time. Anyway, I'm pretty good, I think. Personally, it's my own opinion of myself. That it's hard to lie to me. I'm looking at the man and, eyes are wrong. Facial gestures carry it periodically. They don't follow the program of a man who's telling the truth. He's a, military guy, takes orders, okay? And my opinion is he'd been programmed to deliver this, and some parts of it are perfectly true, and other parts of it are a damn lie. And he's parroting what he was told to say and do, which is what a good military man does. And in fact, I have the opinion is all the way up to the top. All these whistleblowers that have been coming in right to the main guy, okay, who claimed he worked for a program in the Pentagon. They're all lying. They are all lying. Every one of them. I'm sorry, but I don't mean to be, rude to these guys, but the problem with it is, it's just a lie. It's just more BS. We're used to smoke and mirrors here in the U.S., all right? But no, a lot of it is true. I can tell you, there's a lot of what they're having to say that is not a lie. Some of it, though, is. And, well, let's put it this way, man. The average person in Congress, this whole thing got started, I guess whistleblowers come forward and said, we got information, and guys in Congress started hearings. Yeah, I guess that's how it started. Usual process. And then they've been parading the dog and pony show through in the public eye ever since. And, well, I suspect that most members of Congress are equally as dumb as the rest of us. That's my belief, and I'm probably right. Okay, I am also quite certain that there's a pretty good percentage of people in Congress that are a lot dumber than the average American. I guess it depends on your constituency. Then there's also a percentage, at least, of congressional people who are very intelligent, probably smarter than the rest of us, some maybe even near genius IQ, who knows, highly intelligent and highly educated, particularly a lot of them in the law, the Constitution, and all this stuff, okay? And they know a lot. They know a lot about the way the government's supposed to run and about our legal systems and all this. And but I'd say about half of those who are highly intelligent are on the take. Yeah, they're there for their own purposes entirely, or nearly. And the fact that they're public services, it's just a show and a scam for all the connections and things they can make out of this, Then there's still this very small group of them who are probably really smart, really educated, and actually believe in the job that they're doing. Okay? There ain't many, but I'm pretty sure they exist. Well, the whole dog and pony show's rolling by, and you would think, I have, since this all started with the Tic Tacs in the Navy, I've come out of the woodwork. I saw my first UAP when I was 13 years old. It was quite classic and rather spectacular. It was hard to deny what I was seeing, and it blew my mind. Yeah. My teenage brain was shattered by it. Then that was 60 years ago, and salted throughout time across the last 60 years. I've seen dozens of these. I don't know how many. It's honest. After a while, when you're exposed to that kind of phenomenon, eventually you begin to lose track because it just isn't that important anymore. Oh, yeah, look. It's like that. At first, the mind is shaken. What? It's not human? I think it's... I've never... Right. And then... Well... It takes time, but eventually, myself, I just settled in comfortably to the idea that we're not alone here. They ain't alone here. I mean, who they are, what their agendas are, blah, blah, blah. Well, hell, heck if I know. But we aren't alone here, and it's a good possibility, at least at this point in time. They're not traveling very far. Yeah, people who say, oh, it's too far away to the next star, Trust me, man, I don't think they need to do that. Do believe they have at least set up encampment here. There's so many places, even here on the earth, that humans have never been and may never go inside the globe. We've all gone so deep, down under the ocean. Go on and on and on. These things seem to pop in and out of the sea off L.A. over there. That's pretty common. That's where the Navy's having trouble with them. San Diego and L.A., deep trench off there, whatever it's called. Yeah. Well, once they started talking about it, I was willing to come out of the closet and actually speak in public on the subject because prior to that, it had been completely humiliating with other humans, and it is still somewhat aggravating. I mean, there is a good portion of people out there that just cannot absorb this idea. See, if you have not been exposed to it, you have no reason to think that it exists, and let alone to have become comfortable with the idea, as I have. All right. Since I don't know their agenda, I am not 100% comfortable with it, trust me. Yeah, there's a lot of doubt in my mind as to what this is all about. They're here, and they have reasons why they're here. There's stuff they want, and also because of the different types of craft that I have seen. They all seem to operate in the same basic physics, but the crafts, they're far different than a Ford to a Chevy and a Dodge to a Volkswagen. There's a lot of different types. And so I suspect there's probably more than one group of creatures. Yeah, that's my figure. And it is very possible they have different agendas, different things they want out of us, folks. Okay, like I said, south side of Chicago, there is a scam, and it includes the aliens, I'm afraid. We've been duped by them for a long time. Well, see, as they say, looking at their faces, there are points where these guys are lying. And if I was to guess, why do they do this? Well, I think it's all about money, power, control. That's what everything is about when it comes to the government of the U.S. There really isn't anything else, not much. And so, a long time, many of us have suspected there was a huge black budget ops going on in this country, invisible stuff none of us saw, none of us knew. No one, even the Congress, maybe the president, didn't even know where the heck the money was going to, how it got there, and so on. Well, those folks, if there is alien technology that's been recovered, which I believe they have, they would be very interested in this, governments, and they would want to keep it secret, okay? That's just nature of everything. They're powerful, okay? Especially because most of it they probably haven't figured out what to do with yet, or how it works, or anything else, but who knows? Keeping it secret is important, but it's reached a point in time where keeping it secret is counterproductive because of power, control, and money. All right. As I said, they're lying, but they're lying not about the fact that there are craft and then maybe that we've had them and so on. That's not what they're lying about, I don't believe. They seem to be telling the truth there. What they're lying about, I think, is why they're out there talking, period. These guys aren't whistleblowers. They're programmed. They're plant. They've been put forward to tell a story in the public eye, and as liars, they're extremely skilled because they will start with a pebble, and they throw it into the pond, and it makes little ripples. And somebody notices it and go, what the heck, look at that, Well, then they throw another one, and another one, okay. And gradually, the ripples become more intense. The pebbles become rocks. Okay, they're building up to a crescendo here. And I believe the reason behind it is they want to get the rest of us scared to death about what they know here on this planet so that we're willing to spend any amount of money to be able to finance extraordinary military projects of pretty incredible technology, probably. I mean, you guys, you already got a Space Force. Do you think they're holding, M16s for this? They do. They use those in drills, okay, in the Space Force. Yeah, that's not it. There's technology out there, I'm sure. Anyway, most of us, I don't think, have actually crossed the line into understanding that we're not alone. Many of us have. All right, there are many of us here that already know that humans are not the only intelligent species hanging around the planet. Right. But most people are very uncertain about that and have no experiences to validate why they should think that way. Others, locked minds, closed, living in boxes that can't be broken down and refuse to even think. Yeah, I got a few of them around me too. I have relatives that are quite certain that I am mad because I fully accept the idea that we're living side by side with non-human life forms here. Yeah, they think I'm crazy. Well, I can't help the fact that I guess I look up more than most of you. That's why. It's a habit. I got telescopes, da-da-da. I like to look up. Well, I know from my own personal experience in the process of beginning to assimilate this, into my little teenage psyche at the time, and then growing through my adult psyche. It wasn't easy. Okay. But my life's been a pretty strange place anyways. A lot of weirdness. I accept a lot. And I figure that all of this paranormal BS is the people who experience it. It's just there to push your mind further and further and further. Not away from reality, but into the actual nature of the way things are happening here. Yeah, there are a lot of people out there who, even in a huge universe, this universe is huge, who refuse to believe that humans are anything but the only thing that was here. Anything else can't be here, or if it is here, it's too far away. So, that's overcoming that sort of thing, in my opinion, especially as the way these guys are plotting this out. By the way, they've been tossing pebbles in that pond. There's going to come a point here eventually where the ripples in the pond are going to be a dang tsunami. Yeah, and it's going to hit us, and its purpose, its reason, is to drum up in deep and incredible fear in the American public. That's, I would say, my opinion again, the greatest motivation for all of this is, if they can manage to get us scared of non-human life forms creeping around in the shadows, there'd be a whole lot of people, just their minds blown, man. But you got to take it slowly, because if you don't feed it in slow, it's not going to happen right. You need to build the storm up so that it swamps the land. All right. Yeah, I don't spend much time lying as a person. I tend to believe I am fairly lazy as a human being. I have a streak like that. And lying, to me, is too much work. Yeah, because you got to cover your tracks constantly. You're always covering your tracks when you lie. You tell the truth. You spit it out, and as you remember it, that's the way it was, and blah, blah, blah. And you don't have to worry about what you said. It's easier. I also find, working a straight living, being a farmer or something is a whole lot easier than being a criminal. I don't have to look over my shoulder. Yeah. Nobody's out to kill me that I know of. All right. So, I can lie too, but I try not to. It just doesn't work well in my lifestyle. Yet other people, they make a living on it. Actually, I'll mention no professions here, but people, I believe the people like lies. Yeah, they're slippery, they're smooth. They might be warm and cuddly. They might be sound friendly. Lies are usually tailored always to be comfortable. The FBI hired one of the best check bouncers that ever was when he got out of prison. I can't remember his name, but that guy, the way he would bounce checks was that, when he come to you, he was your favorite uncle. Yeah. Oh, man, And the guy'd pass you a cocktail napkin with a check written on it at a bank, and you'd give him $500 back out of the drawer, and you wouldn't even notice what happened until you counted the till in the evening. Yeah, that's how good some people lie. They're so good at it. And people like it. We would prefer, actually, to hear sweet lies than the actual truth. The actual truth usually stinks. It's the brown stuff underneath your shoe you just stepped in. That's true. Okay. All right. Yeah, truth is painful. Yeah, there is no magic bullet in the truth. Anybody out there who thinks, if I use the truth, it's, sorry, seen that one. You get yourself beat to death in the street trying to tell the truth. But you can stand in a public square and lie all day long and gather a crowd and maybe make some money. Yeah, that's the way it works, man. And so, lies are far more palatable than truth. for most people. And so we're sucking it up. Well, we will be sucking it up. And, and this one, I honestly don't know if I've ever picked up on anything exactly like this to where it's true and it isn't true. Wow. Because, hey, there is no way, with what I think I've seen here in the atmosphere, on this planet, there is no way that we could ever address this with violence and military force. Yeah, it's futile. Resistance is futile. It's way too far beyond us for that type of thing. Yet, big money, scared people. There's aliens out there, people living under the ocean. We don't know who they are. We got it. It's a matter of released Pentagon documents that these things have hovered over our military sites, nuke sites in Montana, and they have thrown the switches on and off on our nukes. This has happened. This is not tinfoil hat stuff. Okay, it's Pentagon documents. They were released some time ago, for whatever reason. How they got out, I don't know. But in the as the Soviet Union fell, a whole lot of paperwork, ran out of the files there, and a whole lot of the stuff that the Soviets had documented on UAP also indicated exactly the same thing. Yeah, over Soviet sites, they can turn them off, turn them on, turn them off, turn them on. Where does that leave us? The most powerful weapon on earth, right? It's like, it's joke. It's joke. I guess. Yeah, so if I was to throw out some kind of crazy conjectures as far as this, I do feel that there is more than one group here. And it's very possible that they have different agendas. Some of them may be working together on similar agendas, but some of them may be at odds. We may actually have some hostiles out there. That's the story we hear from some of the whistleblowers, I know. And it's a distinct possibility. That's a big universe, man. And I think there's a lot here that they want or need or use or, yeah, I think there is. And as far as throwing the switches on and off on our nukes, it's very possible that some of them need the planet to remain alive. And it's also possible that some probably don't care for what they need. But in reality, as far as the aliens, the nukes, the Congress, the extraterrestrials, the whistleblowers, and the whole 9 yards, guess what, folks? There ain't nothing we can do about this. There's nothing you can do. It's what is it? Kind of a serenity prayer. The things you can and the things you can't. There's nothing we can do. I don't know. If there's anybody out there who's got any other ideas on this, I really would be glad to hear what you think in the comments. I don't need to hear, "Oh, Bill, you're insane. This is all." No, I'm sorry. You will find out sooner or later. Yeah, that was not a very intelligent viewpoint, because the real truth is they're here somewhere, somehow. Okay, yeah. Once you accept that fact, you'll be okay, at least as far as facing and addressing what comes next, because it's still coming. The tsunami is forming. Yeah, it's forming, and it's going to hit us sooner or later. And I'm going to go, "Oh God, not again! Here we go," But that's not going to be the reaction from a lot of people. I know it's not going to be, because I know what I went through to get myself to the point that I'm convinced that they're here too. Yeah. Okay, folks. Aloha, hang loose. Hey, don't suck up the stuff out of the trough, okay?